So we all take our knocks in life, right? I think when people think of trauma, they always think of like the really bad things that must happen, like a car accident or sexual trauma, or seeing something that's really bad or experiencing something that's really bad. And those are obviously the most extreme forms of trauma, but trauma can really be quite small as well. It could be micro traumas. It could be you going to your office and you have a boss that's kind of, abusive, and just that every day of being amongst that energy or having that experience with your boss will build up and build up and build up and create trauma for you. So it can be a whole host of different things. Now, trauma is actually the greatest act of self-love,
Oh,
because what is happening here is trauma is trying to help, is the body trying to save you. It's trying to say, this bad thing happened in the past, and I don't want this to happen again. I don't want you to be in this situation again. So I am going to make sure that you remember that this thing, and even if it means that you're not very happy anymore, at least you're alive. And that's my primary role as the brain. And the amygdala is the primary area of the brain that's responsible for this work. It processes fear, and so a lot of the encoding of the past or things that have happened to us happen in that part of the brain. But this is the limbic system. This is the emotional center. So it's almost kind of like when you take off the very conscious part of yourself offline, when you do this breath work, you are able to access what's underneath that. It's kind of like taking the lid off a jar and then shaking it out to see what's inside. I sometimes call it like giving your emotional self a little bit of clean. Important is that the way that you are able to integrate trauma is to finish it with a safe story, to know that you survived and to know that you are okay. Otherwise, your body is going to be stuck in this fight or flight response. So that's kind of why breathwork is so incredible for it, is that it allows you to see what is there and then integrate it in a very, very safe way. And you don't even need to consciously try and direct the session. You don't need to say, I want to address this thing. You just breathe and it just happens.